Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. Okay, so if you haven't done this before, it's very simple. Just pick a number now between 1 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First number in your mind now. And I will do a psychic tarot interpretation for you. You can have more than one number if you wish. If you have 5 numbers, then it might be a very interesting week for you. Okay, if you're new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell right now. Let's go to the board and see what these cards have to say. All right, so I've already pre-shuffled them. But we're going to start with card number 1. I like to have a little vision before I turn the card over. Card number 1 for this week. Okay, that card there. Closing my eyes. What do I see? Ah, right. Okay. There's a dam here in front of me. It's got cracks in it. The dam is about to breach. This suggests that you might be holding back a lot of emotion about something. So it would be good, to try and slow down a bit. It's not a good time to make important decisions. You could become, have that feeling of being a bit overwhelmed by something, by a particular situation. But, in the end, it's good to let all of this emotion, this pent-up emotion out in some way. All right, maybe if you start journaling now, you can take the edge off it. The card that comes out is the Eight of Pentacles. It could be that you're concerned about your finances. Down in Sydney and Melbourne, I know they're in lockdown. New South Wales, the whole of New South Wales is in lockdown. And so a lot of people could be concerned about their finances. But this is a really positive card, and it's about doing good work and being justly rewarded. If you don't think you're being justly rewarded, maybe you can consider, changing direction as far as your work goes. This has got a spiritual sort of inclination to it, as well as being quite physical and taking action, getting on with the job. But another job might be on your mind, okay? And maybe you've just had a gutful of where you are. But this card suggests that you'll be doing good work with some sort of aspect of spirituality around it, expressing yourself and taking action, and you'll be rewarded for it. Okay, if it's not your paid work, it could be jobs around the house. This just refers to jobs, and it doesn't mean that it's necessarily paid work. It could be work that you're rewarded for in some other way besides money. Okay. All right, card number 2. Card number 2, that one just jumped out. And there you go. This is about your money. Money's on your mind this week if you pick card number 2. I didn't get to even close my eyes. I'll just close my eyes now. Some spiders here suggests that weaving the web of life in a feminine way. Perhaps there's a new web that needs to be weaved. And you do it in a slightly different way. But Pentacles, all about money. Green is growth. So I always feel quite positive about this card, but it doesn't really, technically, it just says that money's on your mind. It doesn't say one way or the other which way it's going to go. But because of that green, I always feel positive. There's opportunities to grow your money. All right, card number 3 now, closing my eyes. What do I see? A lot of trees in front of me. Sometimes that's confusing because you can't see the wood for the trees. Lots of pathways here in the forest. A door is opening up on my right side. Time to be practical and logical, okay, because it's on the right. Trees can also be family tree or yourself. And now I'm seeing towers being built. So these are concepts in your mind, new ideas that you build, and they need a lot of effort and energy put into them. But there's something, it could be something like building a business even. The card that comes up is the King of Wands. This is someone who is a master of motivation. feeling very inspired and inspiring other people. Very passionate, quite a spiritual card. A lot of growth here. A lot of action is seated on a wooden throne, which means, again, being practical. The right is the masculine side. And it means doing things in a masculine way, which is okay to do sometimes. Even if you're a woman, it's appropriate. These sunflowers at the back and this yellow here, the gold, all about the sun, insight, awareness, comfort, security. Okay, so action to be taken. Gold here, very high vibration. And on this little crown, there's little buds, and so there's more growth. This is very favourable, very motivating, and it could be that you're really going to be quite conscientious about something, spiritually aware and in control of your destiny. All right, King of Wands. Let's go to card number 4. Did you choose card number 4 this week? All right, closing my eyes. Just got a flash of small furry animals like cats. I got that before. Affection, cleverness, slinkiness, femininity, intuition, all the things that you associate with cats might be around you, helping you in some way this week. All right, and what do I see for card number 4? Matches. I see a box of matches. Okay, so where there's smoke, there's fire. There's something here which is going to give you a little bit more excitement, a little bit more energy and vitality this week. But of course, you have to treat it with respect. The card that comes up, oh, here's the flames here. The 3 of Wands. Okay, this is about taking action. You may be working with other people in a group. Sometimes you don't all agree, but that's okay. You're all different people, you know. There's a lot of spiritual strength here, even if you don't agree. And you'll see ones in white, red and black. And the white may be more spiritual. The black one, something hidden, unknown. The red one, a lot of energy. Okay, so this is like working on a project with other people. Sometimes you disagree, but you get the project done. It's very beneficial for everybody. There's a successful outcome working with these other people. Okay, everybody's as passionate as each other. And so just remember, if you do have a disagreement, it's because they believe in what they're doing. And so do you. Okay, card number 5, number 5 this week. Let's have a look and see what comes out. Stick around to the end. I'll close my eyes and see if there's anything to tell people generally. Okay, let's go with that card there. Closing my eyes now. Toothbrush. Okay, so this, as we go through life, we go through different developmental stages, and sometimes our childhood comes back to us. And a toothbrush is about cleaning your teeth. Teeth represent the different childhood development stages that we go through. So you know how, you know, babies don't have teeth and they get milk teeth, and then when they're around 5 or 6 or something, then they get adult teeth. And so we go through these phases all through our lifetime. And the toothbrush is about cleaning up things that are left over from your childhood, old beliefs that really are not applicable to adults. Okay, how, you know, things that were appropriate for you when you were a child, they're not necessarily appropriate for you now. So you'll be getting rid of some old ideas this week if you pick card number 5, and that's a good thing. Okay, and the card is the Hierophant. This is all about learning. It's a fabulous card, actually, because, you know, learning can be a lifelong process. It's not something you just do when you go to school. You can do it all your life. And there's a lot of spirituality with this card as well. And this person likes to also be like an example that other people, or a role model that other people can follow. You'll see she's seated here on a whole group of books, 3 books or maybe 4 books. And this, at the moment, she's seated on her knowledge. But what's the point of that? You may as well, you know, share your knowledge with the world. Okay, knowledge is a good thing. red for taking action. She's got a key here in her hand and 2 keys in this book. I like to think this is knowledge and wisdom, because you need the wisdom to know how to correctly apply the knowledge. Knowledge by itself, where you don't take action in a wise way, it doesn't mean anything. There's no point in just being a smart person. You've got to do something with it, which is always the challenge. So if this is you, if this card is calling you to share your knowledge, go for it. I encourage you. Okay, fabulous card. Alrighty, so there's your 5 cards. So we've only got 1 major and 1 royal this week. So not a hugely significant week, but, you know, small steps and big steps, they're all important. Okay, so now I'm going to close my eyes and see what I can see for everybody. Okay, alrighty. So for the week commencing 16th of August 2021, okay, I'm down at the seashore and there's lots of little sea creatures like crabs, seahorses, something here in my tooth. Remember I was saying about childhood stages of development? I feel like the whole world is going through something where they're cleaning up their act from the past. But with these crabs I see, I'm thinking of Cancerians. And so Cancerians, it might be a good idea for you to be a bit more grounded. I see all the crabs scurrying across the sand. Rather than in the water. So try to stay grounded this week. I get the sense there's going to be some really big news this week that people could be a bit shocked by or a bit astounded by. And regardless of whatever country you're in, you're going to hear about some really big news that is a bit shocking. And so stay grounded and stay in touch with being practical. I have been very worried about New South Wales in lockdown, and the way I just feel it's like there's so much more that we're not hearing, that it's like thousands and thousands of people. I've lost count with how many cases there are down there. There's thousands and thousands. So if you are in New South Wales or Victoria, please stay home because it's worse than what they're saying. You know, a good exercise to do is when the health officials come on the TV or onto YouTube, turn the sound down and just look at their faces. Their faces tell you what's going on. You don't listen to the words necessarily initially. Just watch the faces and then go back and listen to the words later. And you can see when something really big is coming just by the looks on their faces. Okay, there's a stone here and it's like a burden trying to lift up this big huge burden, and they're finding it hard. They're just, anyway, what else can I tell you? I'm going to move on to another topic now because that is distressing. Okay, so there's a road in front of me, there's forest here and here, and this road sort of goes around to the left. So please listen to your intuition. You know, it's what is trying to protect you. You know, if people say, come out with me and let's go to the pub drinking or let's go to a party or something, listen to your intuition. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. Anything else for people besides this big news that's coming out? A lot of people suffering, something to do with addictions. I see cigarettes. Maybe it's time to consider what you're going to do with your addictions. And addiction's very common. You know, we get addicted to all sorts of things. People are amazing creatures. They can get addicted to, like, cups of tea, for example. That's my thing, you know. Okay, they're saying there is a time of learning, and you know, learning can be as pleasant or as uncomfortable as you want it to be. You can make it pleasant for yourself. I'd rather have pleasant learning than unpleasant learning. I've done the unpleasant learning at school. I didn't enjoy it. So I would rather have more control and adopt things and take them on board as I want to, rather than not rather than letting things get away and then I lose control, I would rather be proactive right at the start. But, each to their own. Do what you think is best. Okay, so that's it, everybody. I hope you have a pleasant week. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.